What would you do if the person you swore to spend your life with shattered your world with a single, unforgivable act? I never thought I would be asking myself that question, not after everything we built. The night everything broke was a Tuesday. I was in our bedroom scrolling through my phone when a notification flashed across my wife Sarah's tablet, left carelessly on her nightstand. It was a text from a number I didn't recognize, but the words burned into my retina. "Can't wait for round 2, baby. Your husband's clueless." My heart stopped. The air left my lungs. My world began to unravel, thread by agonizing thread, right there in the dim glow of that screen. The man who knocked on our door that fateful afternoon, a new neighbor named Mark, had seemed so charming, so harmless. He was a real estate agent, recently moved to our quiet suburban street in Dallas, Texas, just off Preston Road. Sarah, ever the social butterfly, had invited him over for a welcome drink. I remember thinking nothing of it, just a friendly gesture. But that text, that single, damning message, confirmed my deepest, most terrifying fear. Sarah, my wife of 10 years, was cheating on me. The humiliation was a physical blow, a cold, crushing weight in my chest. Every shared laugh, every tender touch felt like a lie. Over the next few weeks, a strange behavior pattern emerged. Sarah started taking her phone everywhere, even to the bathroom. She'd jump if I walked into a room unexpectedly. Her late-night work calls became more frequent, her excuses more elaborate. I started noticing little things anew. Expensive perfume she'd never worn before, a sudden interest in going to the gym at odd hours. A subtle shift in her demeanor, a guardedness, a flicker of something I couldn't quite place in her eyes. The slow discovery was agonizing. I found a receipt for a high-end boutique on her credit card statement, a place she never shopped. A quick search revealed it was near a hotel downtown, the Omni Dallas Hotel on Lamar Street. My mind raced, connecting dots. Then came the phone calls. I started checking our landline bill, an old habit, but one that paid off. There were calls to a number I didn't recognize, always late at night, always when I was supposedly asleep. One night I saw her on the patio, whispering into her phone, her back to me, a secretive smile playing on her lips. It was Mark. I knew it in my gut. Manipulative. She'd pick fights over trivial things, then retreat, leaving me feeling confused and guilty. She'd gaslight me, twisting my words, making me question my own sanity. "You're being paranoid, John," she'd say. "Maybe you're just stressed from work." She made me feel like I was the problem, that my growing unease was a flaw. She felt untouchable, shielded by her lies and my apparent ignorance. Mark, too, seemed to revel in his smugness. I broke down. One night alone in my study, the weight of it all crushed me. I cried until my eyes were raw. But from the ashes of that broken man, something else began to stir. A cold, calculating resolve. I would make them pay. I began to secretly gather proof. I installed discrete cameras in the house, focusing on common areas, not private spaces. I hired a private investigator, a quiet man named Frank, who worked out of a nondescript office on Elm Street. Frank's reports were damning. Photos of Sarah and Mark entering and leaving the Omni Dallas Hotel, holding hands, kissing, text messages, recovered from a burner phone Mark had used, detailing their sordid affair, their plans, their contempt for me. I had everything: dates, times, locations, conversations. I had their entire betrayal laid bare. With the evidence in hand, I began to set my traps, consulted with a sharp divorce attorney, Ms. Evelyn Reed. Her office overlooked the bustling streets of downtown Los Angeles, California. She specialized in high-asset divorces and had a reputation for ruthlessness. We meticulously planned every legal maneuver. I also started subtly spreading rumors, planting seeds of doubt among our mutual friends, hinting at Sarah's unusual behavior without revealing the full truth. I wanted the social destruction to precede the legal one, to isolate her. I also contacted Mark's real estate firm anonymously, with a carefully curated package of evidence that would expose his unprofessional conduct. The public exposure happened swiftly and brutally. First, the divorce papers were served, citing adultery and emotional distress, accompanied by a mountain of irrefutable evidence. The news spread like wildfire through our social circle. Sarah, who thrived on her perfect image, was suddenly the subject of whispers and scorn. Then came the blow to Mark. His real estate license was suspended, his reputation in tatters. His firm, eager to distance themselves, fired him. He lost everything. Sarah was completely ruined. Her friends abandoned her, her family was ashamed. The legal battle stripped her of her assets, leaving her with little more than the clothes on her back and the shame of her actions. She tried to fight, to deny, but the evidence was overwhelming. Her arrogance crumbled, replaced by a hollow despair. I saw her once, months later, at a coffee shop on Main Street in Dallas. She didn't see me, and I didn't approach. There was nothing left to say. The quiet, haunting ending was not one of triumph, but of cold, empty satisfaction. The revenge was complete, but it left a scar, a permanent chill in my soul. I had one, but at what cost? Silence in my house was deafening, a constant reminder of what was lost and what was irrevocably broken. Some wounds never truly heal, they just stop bleeding. The end.